Talk-32. Know the one true God. The audience remain attentive to this conversation between the guru and disciple, in which pure knowledge, jnana, is made very simple to understand by way of listening. Even a lifetime will not be enough if you conduct a search for pure knowledge in various scriptures. You will only find that they disagree with each other. Some advocate karma, worldly and religious action, some yoga, some the worship of a deity, and some advocate worship of a whole host of gods. Then there will be someone who says that goddess Amba is greater or Khandoba is greater. This cannot be known unless a wrestling match or some contest is arranged between them. When even philosophical scriptures and mythological books do not agree, it is very difficult to arrive at a conclusion. Doubts only go on increasing as to which God is greater or which place is holier, such as Kashi or Dwarka. There is no satisfactory answer, so how can one lifetime be sufficient to decide all this? Saint Tukaram said, "Your whole family will go to hell if you do not visit Pandharpur." If one visits the temple of a particular deity, the other deities will surely get angry. Is there anyone in this world who can visit all the holy places? All holy places are there only to understand the one God. The various cults and vows and opinions exist only so that people can realize Him. In this world, there are many gods. Actually, there is a chaos of gods in our Indian culture. Whom can we call the real God? The methods of worship are so many that men have lost count. Which deity fulfills a man's wish, that deity becomes God for him. He takes it for granted that his is the real God. What sort of devotion is this? Some people worship numerous gods because they are useful for appeasing their hunger or for daily needs. The wife falls at the feet of her husband because he feeds her. He is the husband God. These are all false gods. Then along came the true gods, Satya Narayan, Lord Ganapati, and the like. Even sages are also considered gods, so there is no firm decision as to who the real God is. There were quarrels amongst scriptures, mythological books, and the pundits. Yet there is no unanimous decision regarding the real God. Wherever you look, there are different gods in each house. After consuming a ton of food, the realized one observes the Ekadashi fast. For the realized one may eat as much as he wants, and yet for him every day is the Ekadashi fast. In the Mahabharata, Lord Krishna says that even if he has 16,000 queens, he is still celibate. Lord Hanuman is an eternal celibate. In one incarnation, Rama's wife was kidnapped, and in another incarnation, Krishna kidnapped women. Rama and Krishna are both said to be incarnations of Lord Vishnu. If one does not steal and behaves like Rama in his life, then Krishna will be angry. Because of a need to call others names or give abuse, a Vaishnava does good when he censors Shiva's devotee. So be it. In short, a household may have just 2 people, but in the God's temple, or the small temple of worship in a traditional Indian house, there are a number of gods, such as Ganapati, Shankara, Amba, a bison or a tiger. All of the gods have to eat from the same plate. This is a chaotic condition. Thus, many people get engrossed with gods, but only 1 in 1,000 thinks of the real God. Are all of these gods going to help the world function? They are a product of our imagination. Even if one starts thinking about God, God still eludes him. Generally speaking, every person has a concept that God cannot be known, and this idea creates pride in him. Some people wonder at the need for the methods of yoga or any such efforts. Therefore, a problem arises as to how God can be attained. This is why it is necessary to first know what or who God is. Static and dynamic activities continue incessantly in this world. There must be someone who is the doer. Someone moves the feet, moves the eyelids, and works day and night. He works and walks and sits. So why should there be any objection in calling him God? It is God who says, I am born, I am dead. The one to whom the sun owes its brilliance is God. If the sun is shown to be a chair, will that chair see the radiance of the sun or give radiance to the sun? Will a dead body bring luster to the sun? No. So if God is absent, who will talk of the sweetness or bitterness of food? Only if He is present is there joy or sorrow. misery, heaven and hell are all due to His presence. He is the Self, Lord Brahma, the Creator. All glory is due to His presence. Even the word God exists because of Him, because He exists. He is the reason the wife embraces the husband. If he leaves the body, no one wants a corpse, even if a request is made to keep it. When the Lord leaves, people are afraid to see the face of the corpse. If a dead person is seen in a dream, people call an exorcist. Because this body is perishable, it is non-God. For Na means no, and Ishwara is God. Where the sun cannot reach, God reaches. This body is perishable, but the one who resides in the body is God. There is no consciousness of the world when the mind rests at night. Even if the wife is close by, there is no thought of her. God, as the worshipper, bathes God and offers Him food, and then eats it himself. Even if God, the worshipper, says to him, I offer you clothes, it will suffice. But this God worshipper must have real clothes and oil and soap. This God as worshipper needs to shave. Is there anyone who shaves him? What can the God who is perishable give the worshipper? If this God as worshipper is ill, he will not get food to eat. The omnipotent is God. If one goes to see God, He has no limbs or hands, no feet or eyes. If there is a pain in the stomach, who experiences it? He is God not because He has no limbs. He is God because He knows that there is a pain in the body. He has no limbs or mouth, no stomach. He is not a hunchback. He is not the void. He has no form. His true nature is known only to those who know. Brahman is not Lord Brahma, nor any other gods. The intellect is Lord Brahma. The inner mind is the inner consciousness that is Vishnu. And ignorance is Shiva. When we say that the mind and intellect cannot know Him, it means we cannot know Him through mind or intellect.